Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
The Wednesday Letters page hears from a female reader about her love of horror games. As readers look forward to Signy. To join in with the discussions yourself, email gamecentral@metro.co.uk. Fun cubed. Neat to see that Dolphine prototype after all this time, although I don't understand why it was ever a secret, since it's not that different and it's not like looking at it gives away trade secrets or something. That's Nintendo for you though. Maybe it's mostly nostalgia, but I do feel the GameCube is underrated by many. I think it just becomes an easy target because it's the worst selling, other than the Wii U, and its mainline Mario, Zelda, and Mario Kart games aren't very good. However, I do think it has a lot else going for it. The Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door remake proves how good that game is, and US New Sid Prime Remastered confirmed that as a cast-iron classic. Resident Evil 4 was fantastic, obviously, and many would still say Super Smash Bros. Melee is the best one. Both Pikmin games were great, and I loved Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader as a launch game, even if Luigi's Mansion wasn't great. F-Zero GX was fantastic too. I really think the subpar Mario and Zeldas helped Nintendo's lesser franchises to flourish on the GameCube. So yeah, I think the GameCube is very underrated, and while I'm not pretending it's Nintendo's best console, or the lineup is perfect, I do think it's a very solid console with many great games that are still unique to it. Biscuit, Console Queen. Practical changes. In answer to yesterday's inbox, about female participation and representation, it is indeed a great idea, but I would like to add that it's not like there are few women playing games, and not just Candy Crush, or reading this inbox or consuming video game news. My best friend and I are the main players in our households, hogging the PlayStation 5 myself recently with Stellar Blade and her playing Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Plus, we meet together to play horror games like the Dark Pictures games, Visage, or Resident Evil 4 Remake. My husband is playing Dave the Diver because I showed it to him, since he has no interest in keeping up to date on games. We may not be the norm, but it's purposeless to assume we are not a part of the market. Paula. P.S. Really looking forward to a new Yakuza / Like a Dragon game announcement. Freaking out. Nice to see that Game Freak is finally trying to do something about the quality of the Pokémon games, but it's hard to imagine it suddenly turning into some kind of Zelda-style open-world adventure, which is obviously what they were going for in the last one. It's a real shame that Nintendo doesn't have full ownership of the franchise, as I can't believe they'd let Game Freak carry on like this, if it was just another franchise like Mario or Zelda. I'd say I'm not sure why Nintendo don't just buy out the other shares, but we all know Nintendo hates spending money. Plus, if you want to be cynical, Pokémon seems to sell no matter what the quality is. I wonder whether the success of Pal World is what finally pushed them into bucking their ideas up. The game's not good, but it does show that Pokémon knockoffs can be successful with relatively little effort. Ganache. Email your comments to gamecentral@metro.co.uk. Manual control. Thanks for the Signy review, Game Central. I have a modest backlog at the moment, but will definitely pick this up. I often return to 2D shoot 'em ups. There's a purity in their presentation and challenge that takes me back to my early days of gaming. I haven't seen much mention of the Skyforce series, but Reloaded has taken up a lot of my time recently. Once you start to unlock the upgrades, and the level goals become achievable, it's hard to quit. It's perfectly balanced with a contemplative pace similar to R-Type, though it's vertically scrolling. Did I understand correctly that in Signy there's a twin-stick element? You control the direction of fire as you move up the screen? I don't think I've seen that before in a scrolling shoot 'em up. P. Thomas Donnelly. GC, it doesn't work like a traditional twin-stick shooter, but you can move the ground attack laser around manually, as if you're controlling a cursor with the right stick. With the air-to-air cannon you can swivel it in a roughly 45° arc in front of you, but no more than that. Free entry. Thanks for the PSA at the end of the Signy.